This presentation is on selecting a college. Community colleges have open enrollment. They will accept anyone who has graduated from high school. These colleges usually offer remedial classes to prepare students for the rigor of college-level coursework. Some work is in conjunction with state universities to offer you preferred enrollment to higher universities after completing specific classes at the community college. Community colleges offer an excellent way for students to begin their post-high school education. In addition, they're usually a lot less expensive. Deciding on a college can be tough. However, it can also be a lot of fun. Consider what each college has to offer. You might want to look at aspects such as size. Do you want a larger university with a large, diverse population and mostly lecture-style classes? Or do you want a smaller school with more contact with professors? Public or private? Private colleges and universities are generally more expensive than public schools and usually have a smaller student population as well. Location. Is the school close to home? Is it in a large city or a small town? Cost. How much is tuition? What about housing? Majors. Do you have a program in your line of study? Do they have a program in your line of study? Student life. What's the atmosphere like on campus? Is it a student-friendly and fun environment? What do students have to say about their school? The size of a college or university will affect your experience there. Larger schools tend to have more named professors, recognized, published experts who are leaders in their fields. Most of the time, however, you'll only see these professors when they give course lectures. You'll probably have a lot more contact with TAs, graduate students who conduct a course's discussion sections. A larger school will most likely have a more diverse student body than a smaller school. However, some students tend to feel lost at larger universities. Smaller schools usually feel more cohesive, and it may be easier to make friends. On the other hand, you may feel stifled by the lack of diversity. You need to decide which type of school will make you most comfortable for 4 or 5 years. The major differences between public or private universities is cost. An in-state university will cost considerably less than a private institution. Private universities may be affiliated with church or religion, while some students may find very important. Private universities may also have stronger alumni networks, which can be helpful when you try to get summer jobs while still in school or full-time jobs after you graduate. Some private schools have a certain prestige. This may possibly provide an advantage in obtaining a job after graduation or getting into graduate school. At any rate, it's another factor you may want to consider. Ask yourself what you truly want out of college. Most people look for a balance somewhere between academics and social life. For example, an athlete will have a different focus in college than someone planning on a double major. Social environments vary widely from school to school. Some colleges have relatively mild on-campus festivities, while others are renowned for their wild parties. Most college environments, however, fall somewhere in the middle. Greek life can be an excellent way to make friends, although it is not for everyone. Students with parents, siblings, or relatives in a fraternity or sorority may also want to pledge. Take a look at what strengths the college has and match those with your interest. If you go to a public university, staying in state will save you a considerable amount of money. On the other hand, if you go to a public university outside of your state of residence, you'll have to pay expensive out-of-state fees. Do you want to be within commuting distance of your school? Living at home instead of on campus offers another way to save money. Would you like to be within driving distance of home, or do you want to hop on an airplane and go to a school far away from where you live? There are various ways to research colleges. The college itself will provide you with brochures and information. Just remember that this material won't give you an unbiased view. Schools always want to present themselves in the best light. The internet offers a great way to get an unfiltered view of a school. For example, take a look at the college's student newspaper and student discussion forums. Check out rankings of colleges by organizations such as U.S. News and World Report or newspapers. Talk to alumni or local students during spring breaks or in the summer, and visit the campus in person. Call the admissions office to set up an on-campus visit. If a school requires an in-person interview as part of the application process, you can also schedule that when you visit the campus. While you are there, check out departments that interest you and, if possible, speak to some professors there. Some schools provide the opportunity for you to stay overnight in the dorms with undergraduates. This can help you get a better idea of what college life will be really like. While considering where to apply, narrow your choices down to about 6 schools. You want to give yourself a range of choices, so don't put all your eggs in one basket. Apply to 2 safe schools. Current enrolled students at these colleges should have lower average GPA and standardized test scores than you do. You should feel that they have a 75 to 90% chance of getting in. Apply to 2 reach schools. These schools should be difficult for you to get into. Students enrolled should generally have higher GPAs and standardized test scores than you do. Often these are extraordinarily difficult schools for anyone to get into. Apply to 2 good fit schools. Students should have GPAs and test scores similar to yours. These should be schools that you would be happy to go to and where you have a good chance of getting in. Once you have narrowed down your list to about 6 schools, begin applying. Most applications can be found on the college websites. Look for application deadlines and apply early. Colleges usually begin accepting applications after the first quarter of your senior year. Check with individual colleges. If you definitely know where you would like to go to college, you may apply using early decision or early action. Both of these options involve applying early in your senior year. You will receive notification from the college in December, January, or February. Do keep in mind, however, that early decision is binding. In other words, if the college accepts you and offers you an adequate financial aid package, you must go there. Early action is not binding. You may still apply to other colleges as part of a regular admissions. However, many schools won't allow you to apply to other schools as part of early action. You can apply online or by mail to most colleges. Some colleges will accept the common form available online, which will save you time. Others will only accept their own form. Many applications require an essay and letters of recommendation from teachers or others you know who know you well. Proofread your application, then proofread it again. After that, ask someone else to proofread it for you. A spelling error won't make a good impression on an admissions officer, and an incomplete form may not get reviewed at all. Make sure that you can count on a positive letter of recommendation. If you aren't sure, ask. Give the person writing the letter at least 2 weeks' notice before the mail date. Not only is it rude to ask for a letter of recommendation at the last minute, but most people will write a better letter if you give them more time. Furnish the person writing the letter with the list of accomplishments, or provide them with a resume. Send them a blank note. Send them a thank you note. Save a copy of these recommendations for future use. Again, if you have any questions about any of this presentation, please contact the counseling office.